Okay, let's try this one again. Can you hear me now? I didn't. Thank you for the note, Jericho. Okay, is the audio good? Oh wait, the game. Okay, game audio's up. Okay, better. Thank you very much. Oh no, thank you for telling me. That would have been a disaster if I was just. Yeah, I didn't realize the microphone was off. Oops. And with that, let's see what our first pick is. Okay. Bombs. Hostile. Okay. As far as bombs go, pretty much the one bomb right now is Rise of the Ants. It is admittedly expensive, but it is something we can do. Hostile is kind of okay. There are many ways to get many extra creatures off the bat, so and this is a colorless commitment, so I'm probably going to take this one. Yeah, I need to decide. I'm basically deciding between Hostile, and Rise of the Ants. Hobbling Zombie is fine, but not too. It's not too great. I'm also concerned that there is quite a few green cards here. I think I'll take the Hostile. I'll try to stay as open as possible. And there we go. So nothing really bomby. Dual Craft Trainer, 3/3 first strike with possibility for double strike, but Coven is not the one of the best ones. Moonrager Slash is removal. I can always just take that and be safe. We did pass a few white cards, so there is a good chance we get a few white cards again. I am willing to take the Dual Craft Trainer, although this kind of dies to a lot of stuff, which is probably the main concern. I might just take the Moonrager Slash, see if I can cut off red as soon as possible. So maybe we can go red-white. Okay, now that said, we are gonna probably end up going red-white. Not much in red here. But we are getting Sunrise Cavalier, which is very, very good. I do like this one better than the other card, so I will definitely take this one. Hold on. Wish you could play Drive now, but I'm trying to look for dinner. Oh my, no, restaurant or 7-Eleven? That's the usual question. Okay, Morning Patrol is fine. Ardent Elementalist is probably the best pick here, just if only to buy back the Moonrager Slash. There's Dargraph Horde, which is the best one, but I'm gonna try something different here. Yeah, we're probably gonna just go for the Ardent Elementalist here. Signpost uncommons are welcome. Yeah, having the Sunrise Cavalier is a welcome one. Hoping that we get some Sacred Fires or at least some more burn spells. It doesn't have to be Sacred Fire. Also, just because we got red-white doesn't mean we can. It doesn't mean we're locked in yet. We could still pivot to red-blue. Convenience restos are probably closed now. Yeah, 7-Eleven's probably the best bet though. At the time of this recording, it's currently about 8:30 something. You should have a shot at 7-Eleven or Mini Stop. I'm not so sure if there's a Lawson. No, actually that's the thing. Lawson not so open these days. Family Mart, same thing. It's pretty much just those two that are left now in our area. Aside from the rando. Now there's Sunset Revelry, which is a cheap spell, but if not, it does give us something. It can even draw us a card. More likely to take Clarion Cathars because it's at least 2 creatures in one. It's probably better in that respect. I kind of want to take the Sunrise Revelry because it's a uncommon, but no, we're probably taking Clarion Cathar. Alternately, we could take an Unnatural Moonrise and hope to get our foot in, because there is quite a few green cards. We might be able to get our foot in, but not necessarily with werewolves. I'm going to speculate with the... No, we'll take the Clarion Cathars. We're going to play it a bit safer here. And yeah, not much in the way of vampires. Not much in the way of white either, but... Okay, Festival Crasher is really bad. Falcon Rat Protector is probably the best pick here. There's also Wake to Slaughter. It's still early enough that we can take this. And this is kind of more replaceable compared to yeah, let's just take the rare. But I'm not too convinced I'm gonna run that. Okay, Ritual Guardian, not so great. Nothing else quite great here. There's an Unnatural Moonrise that we could speculate on. There are quite a few green cards that are cycling around, so maybe we could make a stake there. Make a stake. Well, this kind of stake. No, not that kind of stake. Okay, we're gonna take the Burn the Accursed. That's pretty much guaranteed in. So we need to decide if we're going red, green, red, white, or red, black at this point. Now, there's a Candlelit Cavalry, which is fine, but it's honestly really bad. Vampire Interloper kind of works with black, red. Blood Pact. We'll take the Vampire Interloper. It's more likely to work there. Bat Whisperer likewise. So we might end up black, red here at least. Another Bat Whisperer. Well, it's either that or Raise the Effigy. So I think we might have gotten our signal there. So not much here. Not sure. Oh, the Unnatural Moonrise came back, but that's not really a signal. So it's possible that no one's really in vampires. No one's really in werewolves right now, so that's a thing. Okay, we got... Now, green is still an option, so let's not close it off quite yet. Oh, wow. Memory Deluge is probably one of the best rares, but... Honestly, if I take it, you guys will be angry at me because we have many good options here. Obsessive Astronomer is fine. Spell Rune Painter is fine. There's a Defenestrate. I have an excuse to take a Digraph Horde this time. Do I just take the Memory Deluge and just take the money and go? Because honestly, if I don't take it, I'm probably gonna take the Digraph Horde. You know what? Let's give someone a good time. We'll take the Digraph Horde. And we get some sort of payback. We get to burn down the house. There's unfortunately another Moonrager Slash, which I kinda want. But I will take the burn down the house instead. I'm hoping that Hungry for More or will come back at least. Neonate's Rush not so much. So at least kinda got rewarded there. We also get Olivia's Midnight Ambush, which is really very good here. Yeah, we're not going for any other color at this point, so the Sacred Fire is a little bit late on that one. We do have a Hobbling Zombie, which we have a good enough excuse to run. Play with Fire also kind of helps us here. I'm actually going to probably take the Play with Fire here instead. We kind of want more Vampire Interloper-like cards. Also, not too much a fan of... Okay, the Wake to Slaughter is fine if we can get a few other big cards, or if we can get a sort of combo that's... If you're taking some risk, would you stream standard or ranked games sometime? Usually when I do standard or ranked, it's usually on YouTube because I have a planned video for it. I am thinking that if we do get another event, I might do that one. Like, if I did not already do the if I did not already do the video on Constructed, I probably would have streamed on that with that one. I would have gotten a lot of good options there. We'll definitely get another Moonrager Slash. That is another alternate plan. It's the usual case is that I don't have that much. Oh wow. Okay, Curse of Shaken Fate. No one's really impressed with this one. We're gonna take another Moonrager Slash. So we actually want those Obsessive Astronomers to come back because we need a way to trigger day, night, or early. Yeah, definitely want to. I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for an event that I can stream. I'll probably schedule it on a Saturday, so I can keep the draft on Sunday. So at least we have some consistency there. That's pretty much the plan. So I'll be on the lookout for events that I can do. You get a Hungry for More. Okay, not the best creature. Now I have to choose between Hungry for More and Arrogant Outlaw. Like, we get 2 shots with this one, but I think the Arrogant Outlaw pays us off a bit more. No, I'll take the Hungry form. We'll take the Hungry for More. Again, I can see an argument for Arrogant Outlaw. We'll definitely take the Perforator this time. No one really likes Badrick. I can understand why. Definitely not going for more of those. Yeah, speaking of standard and speaking of ranked, pretty much if I do ranked right now, you're gonna be seeing me do some sort of Reed Duke deck. It's basically I've been playing Celestia Ramp recently. I slightly updated it to Reed's latest version, though I am missing a lot of mythics. I'm just didn't build up to those yet. Spell Rune Painter, kind of fine now considering we have so many spells. We could benefit off that. Another Hungry for More. I definitely don't want the Dread Knight here. Yeah, we'll go another Hungry for More. The Wake to Slaughter not looking so great. Famished Foragers is fine actually. There's actually a little bit of awkwardness with Wake to Slaughter because most of the creatures that are run in red-black are very cheap. So, like right now, if I were to cast this, my two best creatures are a Diregraph Horde, which is fine, and Famished Foragers, which is reasonable too. Roel Abadiano has liked the stream. Thank you very much for liking the stream. I really appreciate that one. Okay, so let's see, what else do I want? Let's take a uncommon and then return to nature. And what do we get? Okay, no real removal. Ghoulish Procession is probably the real pick here. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to take the Rockfall Veil. Also because we do have the possibility of switching over if things look really bad. Ghoulish Procession is fine-ish. Nothing else really great. Actually, the best card here is probably Contortionist Troop and Organ Hoarder. So I'm just going to take the rare here. We get the... Oh wow, we get the Bloodline Culling. This one we're not passing. This is simply pure removal. Hoping that we get the Blood Thief, but not too sure on that one. So we are a little bit greedier this time. Well, we're playing vampires. Of course, we're a bit greedier here. So we do need those great aggro curves. So we need a lot more 2s and 3s. Oh wow, there's a Grafted Identity again. Someone's gonna really like this one. We're gonna take the Ardent Elementalist. Between the Moonrager Slashes and the Ardent Elementalist, we have like 15 points of burn. We could use some hard removal, but there is a Bloodline Calling for that. Tim Sopkak, hey Tim, nice to see you again. Thank you for liking the stream. Yeah, I did talk to Tim a little bit a while ago on Arena. Yeah, so as you can see right now, I did end up taking his advice, going for the Vamps. Tim Sopkak, thank you for sharing the stream. That really means a lot. Okay, Vampire Ambusher. X is the number of vampires you control. Sanity check. We have 5 vampires. We don't need this to be a really big removal spell. We just need it to be relatively consistent. Also, there's an Augur of Autumn, but you know what? We've taken enough rares. We'll pass it to someone. Chuck Thompson, thank you for liking the stream. Hello, how are you doing? I hope we're doing well. Now we take the Arrogant Outlaw. So we are filling out the deck quite nicely. So, okay, it's 11-11, not that perfect. Although 2 of the non-creature spells technically count as creatures, and let's see, 1 spell kind of counts as a creature. Although I'm still kind of regretting that one. There's another Burn the Accursed. We might have to take the Purifying Dragon though. Just to have another top end along with the Diregraph Ghoul. We do need to make some... Oddly enough, I think the Wake to Slaughter is probably the one that's going to get cut. Let's see, Famished Foragers. Probably don't want another of these. So we'll just take the Mysterious Tome. There's an Immolation, there's a Duress that no one really wants. There's a... Immolation is considerable as a removal spell. Let's do a sanity check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'll take it, but I don't think we need it. Probably take the Lamphold Harrier. We need more creatures. We also need to start leaning more towards red based on the cards we have. Yeah, 17-10. We need to lean more towards red. I guess we can finally take a Mounted Dread Knight, though I'm not too happy running that. Another Lamphold Harrier is fine. No, I never had a copy of Plummet. Raise the effigy. Nobody likes the stuffed bear. Electric Revelation. I guess we take the Revelation. More secrets. And return to nature. So this should be fine as a build. We do need to make one cut. We also want to lean this closer to 10-7, so I'm probably gonna cut a black card here. Also probably means I'm not running the hostile. Now we have ways of generate. It's not even ways of generating tokens. This only generates one other creature, so also let's do it. It's beginning of the next end step. So we do have a sort of pseudo combo. But if I were to do this, I will have to cut a black spell. It will have to be a non-creature spell, so it might actually be the Wake to Slaughter. Could be a Hungry for More. Definitely not cutting any of these though. Yeah, this feels really bad. It feels really awfully greedy. Like we need to actually sack 3 creatures over time. So we might do an 8-7, which is also feel bad. I really want to make this. I can't make this a 6 though. That's a problem. The mana math is always going to be the biggest headache here. Actually, if we're gonna do burn, let's do this as the art instead. Yeah, what's this? Oh wait, no, let's just make it clear we're talking about burn. The bloodline culling is fine. Actually, all of these are quite fine as far as things go. Still a bit skeptical about this. I could easily replace this with the Lamphold Harrier, so I can actually just cut it down to like a 6-8. But we're gonna run it like this for now. I can see an argument for cutting the hostile, just bringing it up to 9 red sources. We are running a 16 land special, so also very suspect, but I just couldn't think of a card to cut at this point. So we're just gonna test it out. I'll make changes after the first loss, which could be the next game. So we'll see how things pan out here. Okay. As we go along, thank you to all my viewers for watching. Let's hope we can do reasonably well. So as it is, this is awfully scary. We have one of each of our colors, but we can't play anything. So this is an auto mulligan. At least we have a Lamphold Harrier, so I will keep this. We will bin the Burn the Accursed because that's a long way off. I'm gonna cut the Wake to Slaughter. There, it's way too greedy. I'll probably just add the other land from there. We get the Lamphold Harrier. We kind of need another land to get any of these other cards live. Also, Hungry for More is very hard to set up with Voldaren Ambusher, so we need to. Oh wow! And opponent leads on Jadar. On the bright side, we can just kill Jadar next turn. Also, what's this? Voldaren X is equal to if an opponent lost life this turn. So slightly awkward that I can't just play this right away. So this is starting to look worse and worse. Obviously, no blocks. We're gonna take the 2. Our opponent's gonna generate another one. But what this means is we can swing with this. Our opponent's either blocks with Jadar, which does our job anyway, or we get to play Voldaren Ambusher, which lets us snipe Jadar. Now I could have also sniped the Interloper, but we do have a Moonrager Slash if we really need to. Opponent's playing Mono Black. Now this one's Siege Zombie, Novice Occultist. Opponent's gonna swing for 2 up in the air. So I need to decide what to snipe here. Spell Painter Rune's a 2/3, so you can use it to block Gum Up the Ground. Hungry for More is a temptation, but I'm gonna swing with both of these guys. We'll see if our opponent blocks. Most likely they just take. We're gonna play the Spell Rune Painter. Get us get our day night going. We are gonna take on hit, that's fine. So if this flips, it's really fine because it also makes our Moonrager Slash live. Nope, not gonna get away with that easily. So put the +1/+1 counter. Okay, now we have a good target to bolt. Now technically what I can do is I can cast Hungry for More. No, if I cast Hungry for More, it doesn't flip. Best bet is to swing now with these two, get this guy to flip, so we get a 3/4. Then I can ping the Interloper next. So playing around with day night is an issue. Also having sorceries makes it an issue as well. I'm trying to encourage our opponent to trade with some of these. Also, we need to set up the stop here. Actually, we don't need that. Okay, we get the flip. Also, Hungry for More is awkward because it will flip today if I do get another land. So I'm just gonna bolt this now. Yeah, it's a bit of a waste, but it saves us on some damage. And I know and opponent just cast a Hobbling Zombie. They might want to cast another spell. They know I'm gonna swing with all 3 anyway. Okay. So no creatures in the yard quite yet. So our opponent ends up blocking with this. Actually, I swing with everything. Get our opponent to block with this. Then we go Diregraph. I kind of want to save the Hungry for More. Or just go for it now. Because I know our opponent's going to flip and... Because I know our opponent's going to block this anyway. It's a shame this does not have Trample, but it is what it is. But we need to convince our opponent to block. Also, we gain 6 life. So we take our opponent down to 2. Take our opponent down to 1. Now we can wait to slaughter, but we only have 1 card, so we probably want to cast the Diregraph Ghoul first. Opponent is only gonna go for 1 because they want to do the Siege Zombie thing. Also, they want to pump the Stormkirk Bloodteeth. Yeah, I forgot. I should have considered taking that. But our opponent is very close to death, so we need... Oh, not quite. They save extra life. Let's see if we can hit the Moonrager Slash. We hit a Burn Down the House. Unless our opponent has instant life gain, this is it. No, opponent gives up. There we go. They had life gain. They did not have enough. So we kind of beat out the mono black one there. So that's really great for us. Good game. Woo-wee. So, oh yeah, for those tuning in, if you guys want to take a look at the deck anytime, just leave a note on chat so that I can ping. Yeah, that was a very good one. I am already good, but I do know one change I want to make. We're gonna cut the Wake to Slaughter. Probably bring us close. I kind of want to do another Lamphold Harrier just to have more aggro here. I'm still also considering just going 17 lands, but this should be a better mix. I'll do that for the next game. But definitely the Wake to Slaughter is a real feel bad. So it's good, just not in this particular deck. I think it's good in constructed. Yeah, thanks for the GGs, Jericho. Thanks for the GGs, Roel. Yeah, that was I would say that is a relatively good GG. And yeah, if we can anticipate what our opponent has to do, we can play around with it. So there we go. Do it. And yep, we're definitely this is scary. We again no action. We do have a removal spell, and we have a Bat Whisperer at turn 4. We only have 12 lands left in the decks, and we have all 4 colors, so we're gonna keep this. We're probably gonna get punished by this, but our opponent took a mulligan, so we might. So we'll at least have something good for the Bloodline culling, although maybe not this one. So Interloper turn 2. Nice thing about the culling is, we're gonna have a good culling time. So our opponent's gonna find it awfully suspicious if we don't play a turn 2 play, especially if we're playing black, but okay. If it makes them feel better, they will get to replay the Chaplain at Arms. Oh wait, hold on. It's creature tokens. It's a good thing I read that one first. So we probably should have played the Interloper. It was not gonna wipe any of these. I can wipe the Ritual Guardian. I can just send the Hungry for more in. I think ideally I want to play the Interloper. I think our opponent's more likely to play a 4-drop instead of oh, they're actually if they hold back mana, that is an issue for us because we don't get to activate this. Let's see if they pay. No, they're not paying. They're letting it through. I think I do want to play Bat Whisperer. Our opponent might have a counter, which would be annoying. But at least this way, we can profitably block Chap. We can still block the Chaplain even with just the token. Now, I can also choose to just block the Guardian for now. Now we'll take the hit. Opponent's follow-up is a Drown Yard ammo dam. They mill themselves to Fatal Horrors. This can't be blocked. I need to encourage our opponent to block, which is probably not gonna happen. Okay, you got them to block. So let's see. We will have choices here. Unfortunately, we can't do both. Like, because of the way our mana works, let's say I go for Famished Foragers, I get 3 red, but I will not have enough to cast anything afterwards, so I do have to burn this now. Yeah, we did goof up a bit by not reading this one carefully. It's only creature tokens, so the wipe I wanted is not gonna happen. Also, the annoying thing is based. Yeah, we're taking another 4. I can't cast Hungry for more without killing the Gavany Trapper first. There's an Ardent Elementalist, but the spell it's buying back is really expensive. So we have to do this really expensive. Target creature gets -5/-5. Taps that, that's fine. Let's regain some life back. Kind of hoping our opponent would have blocked, but nope. Hedge, bridge. Ooh, the Ritual Guardian's gonna be a problem now. Well, I wasn't. Kinda have to block this one. Okay. Let's see. Gets us Famished Foragers, which gets us Ardent Elementalist. Probably gonna take the Bloodline Culling again. So definitely blocking this one. Wait, can't be blocked by power 4 or greater, so can't block that one. I can block this one. You're gonna go down to 4. Ooh, this is scary. We could die. Hey Cody, thank you for liking the stream. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great time. Opponent does realize I am just going to cull this one. And thankfully the Hungry for More can buy me a little extra life. Still in trouble though. I should also remember that I can just discard the card to draw a card if I need to. So we are in the lookout for... Yeah, we're gonna take 3, go down to 1. We need burn. Hold on. Because it can block this, it just dies. Same with this one, both of them are no different. Purifying Fire does not quite do it. Unfortunately, I only have 1 more red source and most of my burn is red. Yeah, that's good game. We goofed up on that one. That one's our fault. So sorry to bum out that way. It happens. You're not too familiar with the cards. You thought you had something and it turns out one word ruins it. It's okay. We'll make do with that. Just have to remember it's still a flat removal spell. So how could we improve that matchup per se? Draw your removal. That would be a good one. Elementalist is fine, but we ended up having to use our removal in worse ways. I could add Immolation for even more removal. What would I cut for it though? Because all my spells are technically removal. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are creatures. I could cut 1 and just add another, because I don't necessarily need both of them, but 2 are fine. Moonrager /3 is fine. Ambusher is fine. I guess the one thing I want to cut is actually the hostile. Let's be real. Probably it's probably not gonna happen that often. Not exactly the best build for this one. So let's try to make it more consistent instead. At least we managed to get away with a few more rares than we would have started with. So we'll go for that. So perfect. Turn 3 Spell Rune Painter. We have turn 2 Midnight Ambush if we have to. Oh, turn 2 Lamphold Harrier is also fine. Definitely want to run the spell Rune Painter so we can make the ambush live. Also, opponent being stuck on all white helps us. So we have an opponent that's really stuck. So that said, no need to add any more things. This might be a really fast game if this is the weird... Yeah. Let this be a lesson. This will always be the same thing I tell people that are doing draft, or actually for playing in general. If your first if the first play you have in mind is, if I draw a land, that's a hand you mulligan immediately. If the first thing you do requires you to draw a particular land, you mulligan that hand. Like, I think our opponent had 3 lands. That is keepable if you had something to do by turn 3. Turn 3 doing nothing and then just whiffing on that's really painful to watch. It's actually not a good big feel good. And I know that too, because I've made that mistake from time to time as well. Sometimes I'd feel greedy, especially near the latter end when I get tired and already. So now this one also just as sketchy because we have one removal spell that we can't cast if we need to. So I actually am going to mulligan this. This is better. We at least can Hungry for more into a Voldaren Ambusher if we have to. But I'm probably likely to just drop the Hungry for more. So Voldaren Ambusher is just going to be a Grey Ogre, not great. We might have to do it anyway because we want to hit and get the Bat Whisperer up. I need to decide if I just cast this to block, or because we know our opponent just needs to deal damage with this. Let's just get rid of this now. I know how good Flame Channeler is. I did make a deck around it in the block constructed event. That one is less scary. Now I kind of wish we had a way to deal damage. I'm actually gonna just play this now. Our opponent's probably just gonna block this one. Oh no, see, they had their own Moonrager Slash. So let's see if we can hit. Oh wow, now we're just hitting all lands. This is an embarrassment, I would say. Well, so this is 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 16. So there's 9 lands left in the deck. But it doesn't mean that we're not any more or less likely to hit. Yeah, opponent does have the burn natural. In fact, they just went for it. So at least the Ardent Elementalist, we do get to buy something back, which is very important here. Ardent Elementalist showing how good she is. She? Yeah, she. So if our... But that said, our opponent is at 5 mana. They do have... There are a good number of cards that could wreck us. Curious as to why... Opponent is gonna pass. Now I could swing, but I'll have no way to block, so I'm actually gonna just pass. If our opponent wants to burn this, I can just burn their stuff in response, but I'm not incentivized to kill their Scab Wrangler right now. Despite how much points of damage was dealt. Now I'm incentivized to swing with the Interloper because I don't have anything better to do with it. So 8, so there are 8 more lands left, so it's about 60 something. I need to decide if I want to burn this or burn something else. Like, our opponent can buy this back, which makes this a real feel bad, but I'm gonna burn it anyway. I don't know if our opponent has anything better to do. They might have a counter for it, which is annoying, but we need to get it out of the way anyway. Nope, no counter. Dissipate would have really sucked here. Yeah, opponent recasting that, so hit the Bloodline Culling. It's an instant, so we can kind of wait on it. Also because it hits 5. It hits 5 power. It hits 5 toughness, so we really want to save it if we can. Yeah, I would have really liked if this did not have that qualification. I'm gonna take the hit first, then see if our opponent drops anything bigger that we can use the Bloodline Culling on. Locked in the cemetery. Okay, that's fine. Did they have anything? Nope. And we can still hold up Bloodline Culling. Definitely swinging with just these two. So that should give us a bit of a cushion while we wait to draw more cards that are not lands. Okay, this is the one time where hostile would have been good. So yeah, it's really hard to make blank this for big decisions like that, but it's still worth a shot. Kind of holding out because I know we still have other stuff, like another Moonrager Slash. I'm gonna swing with the Ardent Elementalist, see if our opponent does any. Okay, they're just taking the hit. We're gonna pass because we've only just been passing back to back. I was thinking this might be the guy that we gave the Memory Deluge to, but well, not quite there. Yeah, we'll take the 4 for now. We're really waiting for our opponent to drop something big. Nope, not quite there yet. Also, if we need to speed up the clock, I want to save the Moonrager Slash for hitting the opponent in case. Like, we have one more in the deck. We also have another Ardent Elementalist if it gets to that. Voldaren Ambusher will snipe the Elementalist. Oh, but we do have a trick here. Okay, this... Now, I did say I was hoping to save it for a big spell, but... by nuking this one, our opponent will not have any vampires on the board. Opponent Geist Waves to bounce it back. They're gonna draw a card if that happens. This is so complicated. I kinda wish I had the Turmo Alchemist now. If our opponent's last card is a counter spell, I'm gonna really be annoyed. If it's another Geist Wave, it would maybe not too bad because one, it delays the Voldaren Ambusher. The thing is, I wanted to avoid them drawing a card. Flip the switch. Okay, so... But they don't snipe the Elementalist. Oh wow, but we're still flooding on mana. 10... We got 6 lands left. We're gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can delay it a bit by not attacking, because our opponent would then have to... Yeah, I'm probably gonna just not attack. Our opponent will need to spend an actual burn spell, which could have gone to our face anyway. That said, if they actually do have that, we're kind of dead no matter what. So our opponent is forced to hit us just for 2, play the Ambusher. Yeah, good game. What unbelievable. We've just very unfortunate, guys. We really flooded out, and we did cut 1 land, but you know what? It happens. I am now incentivized to... I'm now quite incentivized to add that card draw spell. Am I willing to cut another land? No, that's a bit too risky. So with that in mind, we are adding the Electric Revelation now. We just got hurt way too often with that. Probably want to cut a Hungry Former kind of saves us a bit. Burn the Accursed is also fine. Yeah, we'll probably cut 1 Hungry Former. It makes it less consistent, so it's a bit risky, but you know what? You know what? I'm just tired of losing games to drawing way too many lands. So I can say first loss, pretty much our fault. Second loss, we kind of had the plan, but also we lost that chain sequence. What I could have done is let our opponent replay it. Yeah, sure they draw the card, but if they replay it, I can then bolt it in response. That's probably a better play. I got too greedy. I wanted to deny the card draw as well. So yeah, greed is not good all the time. Okay, we have a good hand here. Turn 2 Interloper. We could do turn 2 Harrier, but I kind of want to wait on that. Turn 2 Interloper. Option for Moonrager Slash. So at least we have a few plays. Opponent's doing the... Yeah, we're not waiting. Also because we have Ardent Elementalist, so we can just buy back the Moonrager Slash if it comes to that. And now our opponent is on the clock because, yeah, Slaughter Specialist is... Well, we're kind of on the clock too, but... Yeah, the trick is to avoid flipping this until I can keep Bloodline Culling up. Opponent not planning to flip it anytime soon, which is actually fine. Giving opponent the choice to block, not taking it. Taking the ambush, that's fine. Because they're still gonna take the 1 damage, which is kinda enough. So we still have a bit of a board. We just need to nuke our opponent's next thing. Diagraph Horde, so perfect. Bloodline Calling comes in, does its thing. It's a shame I have to cast this now, but, well, we're casting it now. If our opponent has another one of these, that becomes a problem. I might just hold back, but you know what? Cut Covert, cut Curse. Okay, that's not too bad. We can still punch through. Opponent probably has another removal spell. Eaten alive. That's fine. So I'm gonna swing first, see how our opponent responds. Ideally, I want to just play Purifying Dragon. Okay. Oh, I'm definitely playing Purifying Dragon if that's our opponent's play. So, when it attacks, it deals 1 damage to any creature, 2 damage to a zombie. Opponent's very incentivized to... Oh, he might just pay it right away. Yeah, paying it right away, so getting himself, our friend's getting a 4/4. I'm still gonna swing with both. Actually, I can swing with both, and I can ping the Awoken Demon and still deal 5 damage through. Opponent probably has a Rotten Reunion, I think, or because this is not a zombie, so it's not gonna get the plus. It's not gonna get the +1/+1 counter, which helps me a lot. Okay, punching through. Opponent casting the Covetous Geist. Does it have ETB? No, doesn't have an ETB. Opponent concedes. They figured we'd have enough burn to punch through. So there we go. We managed to survive that one. The removal really paid off there. So we actually survived the blue-black deck for all intents and purposes. So I am actually pleased with that. So we are 3 wins. I will be happy with at least 1 more win. Any game here could be our last, so we need to be very careful here. Hello, Leandro Alves. Thank you for liking the stream. I'm hoping you are having a great week ahead. And that goes for everyone. I hope you guys will all have a great week ahead. Okay, definitely keeping this. Turn 2 Harrier, turn 3 Harrier. Actually, turn 2 Harrier, turn 3 Painter. I probably should have played this first, but I doubt I was gonna play a Bloodline Calling that early. Is our opponent gonna just... Okay, Midnight Ambush is fine. Falcon Abomination. Play the Spell Rune Painter. So if our opponent has a kill spell, it will sadden us a bit. The play is pretty much play with fire the Abomination. Play with fire the Abomination. Oh, that's a weird sentence. Actually, no. I'm gonna just swing. Hold up. And then just burn the Falcon Abomination on his turn. Yeah, I do miss out on playing these guys, which is kind of a bit sad, but you know what? I'll take it. Okay, the gates. We'll bolt this. Opponent probably draws... Might just draw a card. Nope. The air. Oh wow. What did they get back? Midnight Ambush. So that's a thing. So we're not letting that happen. Nope. Yeah, now that said, if our opponent has another Midnight Hunt, we will lose the spell Rune Howler. It's just sad, that's how it goes. Mysterious Tome. Opponent is desperate to draw. Does not hit it. I probably should have swung first though. Devious Cover-Up countering that. You know what? That's fine. It just means I don't cast the Moonranger Slash quite yet. Now our opponent can just spend mana to tap this down so it delays us a turn. Yeah, they'll just tap this now. So they can draw a card on their turn, which is fine. I probably want to just play the Lamphold Harrier here. I don't want to play the Hungry for More quite yet because we can kind of wait. Right now, it's to our benefit to keep it at night. Storm Rider Spirit. Sure. Yeah, that feels like a bit of a waste, but if our opponent's last card is another counterspell, flip the switch. Yeah, that's fine. At least we got it out of the way. So they do just need to cast one more spell to flip spell Rune Howler. It passed quite quickly, so I assume they're not. Oh, and I can make target creature unable to block. Opponent drawing a card that in desperation. They probably have, yeah, they had the Midnight Ambush. But we do get to swing for 5, bring our opponent down to 3. So our opponent will have to respect the other Hungry for More. They can tap it down, yeah. Actually, we do have to respect also that we don't have the mana for this. Opponent goes Bait Hook Angler. Opponent knows they can tap down one of our things, so they might be tempted to attack. No, they're not. So we're gonna just pass. Oh, opponent's gonna let it through? Oh, that was bad. I should have done it the other way around. I should have made this unblockable and just killed this one. That was a goof. Now we still have 2 more Moonranger Slashes. I think our opponent is probably going to respect this more and will actually just tap it before attacks. Yeah, they're going to just tap it now. We do hit a Midnight Ambush. So we're gonna just Midnight Ambush the Storm Rider Spirit. Play the Hungry for More. Then swing because we have exact. Woo! We did goof up a bit there, but the excessive removal saved the day. So we made our good 4 wins. Let's see if we can make it 5. Do note that any game can be our last, but we are going to. But I can say that we did a relatively good job here. I would have to say the metric of choosing cards Yeah, that one quite panned out. Also, as far as the rares go, let's see. We saw the Wake to Slaughter once and I cut it out immediately. I've been seeing the Call of the Bloodline a bit more. I've seen the Burn Down the House once. Everything else has just been commons and uncommons, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, super sketchy, but I can just Moonrager slash a tree. I'm probably going to Moonrager slash a tree because I would have nothing better to do. Opponent goes Harvest Tide. Now, if I let it flip, this becomes a 4-4, so it will be out of range, so that's a no. Well, they're an ambusher, but that's a whiff. I'm actually gonna pass for now. Because I need to decide if I need to snipe anything our opponent does or not. No, that's not it. Okay, we're gonna pass. So now we do this. Play with fire. We will keep the Ardent Elementalist up top. Then we will just cast Bat Whisper. So we get our value sort of this way. It should force our opponent to use whatever removal spells they have. Next turn we can cast Ardent. There's a Defenestrate, so good to get that out of the way. Better to lose the Bat Whisper than the Diregraph Horde. We'll take the hit. Opponent goes Falcon Rat Perforator. This deals damage to me. Opponent is running out of cards. I'm gonna swing first. If it hits, we get to cast Famish. So let's tap all these out first. Give us our 3 mana. Give us our Ardent Elementalist. Does our opponent have a way to nuke the graveyard in response? That would be sad. Oh, and I get to choose between Play with Fire or Moonrager Slash. I'm gonna take the Play with Fire because I'm gonna cast it right away. And Dome the Perforator so I don't have to... So I can preserve my life total a little bit. Opponent might have a Olivia's Midnight Ambush. It's daytime, so it's a whiff. Yeah, opponent realizes that. Obsessive Astronomer, well, it's already daytime. So you now hit the Burn the Accursed. Probably should also start saving up cards. Now, since our opponent could also have... So, we're going to make sure to take out the Defenestrate and the Midnight Ambush. Because our opponent probably also has their own Ardent Elementalist. Vampire Interloper. Well, it's not blocking anything anytime soon. Hit another Moonrager Slash. Ooh, wow. So we can... Yeah, crack for as much damage as possible. Now I want it to flip so that I have the option of just casting Moonrager Slash for cheap. It does give our opponent a shot with this Obsessive Astronomer, but I'll accept it. Opponent discards a land, then they draw their regular card. They might have some gas now. We'll probably take the hit. Because the play now is to just burn the opponent. And they didn't do anything, so I'm gonna wait. Yeah, they're just throwing creatures away. We will cast the Voldaren Ambusher. Snipe their Interloper. And that should be it. Yeah, that's it. We got there. Clutch to push the last 3-4 damage to. Yeah, that was pretty clutch there. Yeah, I agree. That was pretty clutch. Liking how it's going so far. Again, try not to be too proud. We are at 5 wins. The last draft we didn't do better because we got greedy on that one hand. We should have mulled when we kept when we should have mulled. So again, take note, we're at 5 wins, 2 losses. Pretty standard black red vamp. Not too much vampire, but it's really aggro. I think we only have 1 synergy. In fact, it's really not so much a vampire deck as it's more of can you get benefits from dealing damage to your opponent deck? That's kind of what the synergy situation is. So we have to burn down the house. So we do have the Harrier Painter setup. Not liking having 2 5-drops, but we should be able to have gas. The really one awkward card is the Call the Bloodline because that's a double black, but it's very powerful removal. Definitely keeping that. Opponent takes a mulligan, and we're gonna go. It will be awkward if it turns out okay, at least we drew a black card. I will play the black card now, so usually there's a benefit to hiding your secondary color, but in case I draw Bloodline Culling, I kind of want to have the option. Malevolent Hermit. Non-creature spells you control can't be... Well, I'm not countering anything anytime soon. And this is 3 to disturb. So I'm actually going to pass and just play the Spell Rune Painter. I'm not going to throw the Wolf away anytime soon. What I want to do is actually punch through. It also means that burn down the house sometimes will not wipe the board. It will sometimes just have to make 3 devils and go for the win that way. So opponent goes Spectral very painful. Spectral Adversary to no benefit. So now I'm gonna swing with both of them, knowing that our opponent, if they block both, they're giving away equity. That said, we do need to be careful when to burn down the house. I don't think we'll burn it down anytime soon. Opponent does go for the Benevolent Geist. Now what I can do is I can wait for this guy to flip. But I think I'm just going to cast a Purifying Dragon now, because our opponent is kind of behind. I'm so tempted to swing with Bat Whisperer, but we're going to wait. Our opponent could have locked down the cemetery, but it's not quite there yet. I probably would still swing anyway. Organ Hoarder. Now we have an interesting choice. I probably would not ping this though. And they had to discard the Mill the Devious Cover-Up, so that's really bad for our opponent. I'm going to flip the Spell Rune Painter first and see if because if I'm going to cast Burn Down the House, I want to get benefits. Also, by making sure this flips first before casting, this guy can actually survive even when everything else dies. So something to consider there. Opponent finally did hit their black mana, so go figure. If it's a midnight. If it's Olivia's Midnight Hunt, we probably lose the Purifying Dragon. Because this is a... Opponent is a bit in the tank now. Yeah, they're gonna... Ooh, we lose the burn down the house. Let's see. Now, I am gonna swing with both of these. And I'm gonna swing with the Benevolent guys too. Our opponent might decide to nuke it. Might decide to trade the guys for the Bat Whisper. Yeah, they're gonna do that. Opponent is quite low. Let's just play the land. We do have an Electrifying Revelation, so that's probably a good reason not to have played it, but played the land though. Yeah, so now all of a sudden, Knight is not a very good position for us. It's good for our Spell Rune Howler, but it's bad for a Purifying Dragon because it increases the number of live kill spells. Like Olivia's Midnight Ambush is now live. That said, no blockers quite yet, so we are still punching damage through. Covert Cut Curse. Enters... Okay, that's... Oh, this is where we wish we did not. Now, because our opponent demonstrated that they are... Yeah, we're gonna waste the mana. It is what it is. Yeah, we can't pay that. So let's say our opponent goes for the Covetous guys. We can try to flip up removal at least. At least the Covetous guys is very expensive, so we have one shot with Famished Foragers. Hit one of our removal spells. Opponent is looking for a removal spell of their own. Crawl from the cellar. Okay, no, that just gets them an Organ Grinder. So, Organ Hoarders. Sorry. Well, actually, it's not too bad. Opponent mills 2 lands that they didn't want. Vampire Interloper, that means nothing. So, yeah, generally you don't want the Vampire Interloper in this deck. So I need to decide. I probably just swing with these two. Opponent blocks with the Organ Hoarder. They do find a way to get it back. But the plan now is to just engage our opponent up in the air. Also, if our opponent's spending mana on Crawl from the Cellar, they're not spending mana on... They're not spending mana on buying back the Covetous guys. Opponent does go for the Covetous guys this time. Yes. Might as well swing, because why not? I will block anyway. Okay, so now we activate. Opponent will need a removal spell. Oh no, that's it. Yeah, they didn't have the extra removal spell. But there we go. We actually managed to get there. So we are down to our last game. It's either we win it or we lose it. Either way, we are currently at 6 wins, 2 losses. All in all, I'm trying to think if there's anything I want to change in the deck. So far, none. I've already cut out all the stuff that I wanted to cut out. Pretty much doing well, all things considered. So there we go. We're gonna go on to our last game. Actually, I'm gonna take one last look. No, I feel like it's fine. Like, there could be an argument for saying cutting... No, I don't see an argument for cutting any of the 2-drops for another Hungry for More. I'm more likely to cut, say, the Voldaren Ambusher or a Bat Whisper. The Famished Foragers does its job. The Bat Whisper is a fine cut, actually. Yeah, you know what? We'll make that one adjustment. This might win us or lose us the game. We'll see. It really depends. But you know what? It's the last game. We've done pretty well so far. We actually closed 1.5 hours already. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can push this last game. And all of a sudden, I am concerned. We have turn 2 for a Vampire Interloper, but absolutely nothing else. You know what? We should not be greedy. And we get punished. But you know what? We can keep this. Play with fire turn 1 just to see if we can flip something. You know what? Let's wait for 1 turn. Okay. At least leaning the deck more towards red made this less fatal. So that's good enough. Opponent is playing blue-white, so spirits are on the list. Definitely gonna fire our opponent's face if we can't hit any. If we don't hit our 3rd land. Devoted Graphkeeper scares me. Ooh. Oh, okay, never mind. Turns out our... Now, I am tempted to just swing with this because... Let's say our opponent's place just to spend 3 mana to flip it up. We can just fire it. I keep saying flip it up. It's more like disturb it from its slumber. Listen, let the poor guy rest. He's been devoted for quite some time. You need to let the poor guy catch a break. Oh, I wish we had 1 more mana now. But you know what? We need to start pushing a bit. So opponent knows we're probably going to just cast a Hungry for More. Flash it back. They took Angler. So Shipwreck Sifters. That might grow a bit. It's definitely going to grow, so we have to just do the Hungry for More plan. Just keep pushing damage. Alternately, if we hit our 4th land, I'm just going to swing with this and just play Bat Whisper. Our opponent will need to do a lot more discarding to make it work. No, there's a Moonrager Slash. Oh, it's not night or day, so no savings there. We're gonna actually just take the hit for now. See what our opponent's follow-up is. Because this is if you discard a card with Spirit or Disturb, so our opponent will actually have to do some work for this. Okay. We'll let him discard, it'll trigger. My concern is that he has a Consider, which would prematurely trigger this. But we have to go for it, I guess. Nope, no Consider, so we managed to take it out before it gets too big. Hungry for More is just gonna trade with this one. Like, I want to just cast this, go for 8. Opponent just starts tapping this down, but I do have another one. Opponent's more likely to just block with the Overwhelmed Archivist though. Or just take the hit. There's no reason for our opponent to block at this point. It's a bit too soon. So that said, as long as Scab Wrangler is up, I'm not going to be able to cast Hungry for more. I could just move... See, this flips into a 2-1. Flying Vigilance. Opponent just goes for the big hit. Opponent might have a counter? Nope. The Vampire Interloper might get there, but we are about to take another big hit. Startle. Okay, makes a zombie. Okay. So we are about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh. The plan is to kind of hopefully cast Bat Whisperer, but if worst case scenario, I will go for the Hungry for More. Actually, we will go for the Voldaren Ambusher first. Fading Hope. So no point casting that. I have to... If our opponent has another blocker, I have to cast a blocker anyway. If our opponent has a counter, they had the last flip to switch. Yeah, that was a good game. Got really close there, but in the end, not the Hungry for More. What was it originally? No, it would have been another Bat Whisper, so it was. So that would have hurt us also. We just need. I think we needed a little bit more leeway there. We could have just gone more aggro, I guess. That should have been the other plan. But you know what? 6 wins is not too. It's not too shabby. It's definitely more than what we paid to enter, and we get a good number of packs to boot. So we did profit from this one. All in all, I am liking this version of Midnight Hunt, and this one we did not even have to sync to blue-black zombies. So there you go. That's going to be it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. I need to say thank you to a lot of people. Hold on. Let's flip some of these cards. That's very glorious indeed. Yeah, before I flip the rest. Okay, that's our last Haunted Ridge. Okay, gonna say thank you to Roel Abadiano. Thank you to Jericho Ilagan. Thank you to Leandro Alves, thank you to Cody Moylenberg, thank you to Chuck Thompson, thank you to Tim Sopkak, and thank you to everyone else who's watching who did not leave a like yet, but I hope you did enjoy what you saw. And let's keep cracking the rest of these packs, see if we made pay dirt or not. Okay, I'll take a Mythic Wildcard. That could be my third Ren. I actually only have 2 copies of Ren so far surviving. Oh yeah, this is the rare that nobody wants. I wonder why. Overgrown Farmland, okay. I'm actually trying my best to collect as many of the dual lands right now, but we'll see. Maybe if we keep winning, we do well. And a nice Moonveil region to solidify everything. Again, there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Also, I should check the notifications. Sometimes there are likes that end up off on the side here. In this case, okay. Nope. Okay, so basically everyone who everyone who liked and shared and commented, I already thanked. So yeah, again, thank you very much, everyone. I hope we get to continue more of these drafts. I will find a way to schedule a standard stream. I'm gonna figure out which one. Maybe we get a decent event. I can do a stream for that one. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.